Hindi kami
which
Remember,
we did.
after
Ako,
nila
hindi na ako
magsalita, ang titindi ng sinabi nila. Ang titindi. Narinig nyo ba kami nagsalita? Narinig nyo ba ako ni once nagsalita? This is the first time.
Yung May 31st, the last day, we had gotten a description of the last day from Tito Soto. Now, it would be very good if we could get it from your point of view. What happened, the beginning until it ended.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Sure.
All right. I'm the one. By the way, my name is John. I'm the new CEO, president. I'm the one in charge of negotiating with the TVJ and the host. We've been negotiating back and forth about the changes and our entry to the family or to the management of Eat Bulaga. We tried to meet in the middle, and to the point that everybody agreed already. We agreed to their wants, but not 100%, of course. That's the negotiation, the point of negotiating. But 99% to 95 to 99%, we agreed already. And I know that they agreed face to face. Me, Tito Tony Toviera, the new EVP for production, my sister, Soraya, and the TVJs. It was a couple of series of meetings here at the studio in their room. So, but there were, before the day itself, somebody told us that they will do something live on TV. All right. Plus, given that one of the wife of the host posted "Watch out" on 2 p.m., there will be a big announcement. Another is, as the president, I asked them to present to me weekly plans for the production, like who's the host, who's the artist, who's the guest. And on that day, Tito Sen was not part of the host. And my sister called me and told me that, why is he here? In fact, I told my sister that, okay, don't worry, relax. And she heard a lot of murmuring already from the staff that this is it. So I told her to go inside the dressing room. She was not allowed to go inside the dressing room. So I told her, cut, do not make it live. For one reason and one reason only. Because I was in the Pitan at the time, the province, and I want to continue the negotiation. If ever we can salvage it. Because once it's live, you cannot pull it back again. And we work so hard, me, her, and them, to come to an understanding of what we can move on to. The changes that the company has planned. Because, times change. Hindi natin may iwasan na tatanda tayo at yung nakasanayan natin, pwede nating dagdagan para mag-improve. So, yun naman ang layunin ng kumpanya. Kaya kami pumasok. Continuity, number one. Lahat naman po siguro ng kumpanya, nagpaplano po para paano mag-survive ang kumpanya mo. Not just for us, but for the entire company. Especially mga nag-uumpisa pa lang, maliliit na. We have to think of that. Dad is getting old, the chairman. Tito Tony also, is getting old. Wala naman nakakataka sa edad. What we want is a smooth sana na prepare lang tayo. Hindi namin kayo gusto tanggalin. Mag-prepare lang tayo. Yun yung rason kaya kami pumasok. And then all of a sudden, yun nga, medyo nagkaroon, natural naman siguro, may konting resistance. Kasi 44 years namin silang kasama. So, medyo nagkaroon siguro ng resistance. So nagkaroon ng negotiation. So, we agreed upon the negotiations. Not all 100% nabigay. It's natural in a negotiation. You will not get 100% what you want.
Balik na tayo sa yung May 31. What was the reaction? Your reaction when, siyempre, nag-Facebook live sila, and then nag-resign din yung mga co-hosts, and then most of the production people and even si sales yata malas.
Well, ako, I was really saddened. Kasi syempre, I was working for the negotiations. No? I was the one who was there talking to them, hearing them out, and telling them also, trying to meet in the middle, no? That the company's change wants to implement, and what they want to retain. So, I'm saddened. I was really, sabi ko, wow, sayang yung pagod. No? Sayang yung, sana na-continue namin to. Sayang.
Was
Nanghihinayan.
Mr. T on board with your plans?
Well, he did not say directly, but he did not say no, against siya. No, he was there in the negotiation. No, he was there in the negotiation. He was the one who's advising me. No, kasi yeah, he was the one advising me what to do also. And he's the one. Kasi ganito, if I want kahit na ako yung president, no, kahit na kami yung producer dito, hindi ako nakakapasok diretso sa loob ng dressing room nila.
Because?
Well, I'm not allowed.
No, May 31, hindi pinapasok si Soraya.
Yeah.
Pero mataas ang position niya.
Yes.
So paano yung treatment?
Kaya ako nga, presidente, pag may negotiation meeting kami, I have to ask Tito Tony or Soraya to ask Tito Vic and Joey kung pwede ko silang kausapin. We set it up mostly Saturdays. No, lahat ng mga meetings namin, not all, but mostly Saturdays. And I'll wait to another room and then wait for them to say, pwede na, then I'll enter. Because I want to show respect sa kanila.
So, you felt outsider talaga?
Yes.
Ako naman, ang reaction ko is, I knew it was bound to happen. Because of the treatments that they were already giving us, it really didn't look like they wanted to work with the new management. They made it clear vocally, body language, alam na namin na talagang there's no way. A good example is when I did an interview with no malicious intent. I mean, I praised them like who they are. Siyempre, we praised everyone. Walang malicious intent yun. The only reason why I did the interview, which was authorized by the board and the chairman, was because there was a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people were already questioning, and we were scared because the advertisers were the ones who were questioning. No, that's number one. Number two, the network. The network itself, we wanted to ensure that we're in good relations. No matter kung ano man yung nasabi ko, I had to make sure. I think it's our duty as a board, as a company, to show publicly na we're all getting along, that everything is fine, na, so we can continue the business. Sadly, the reaction was different. Medyo nagulat po ako sa reaction. I really didn't know where that came from.
You didn't expect.
I didn't expect it eh. Akala ko nga ang reaction would be, uy, okay naman pala lahat eh. Oh, let's continue. Oh, okay na, we're good. Oh. And it was the opposite. And he came out on TV and the interview and said na it was contrary. Lahat ng sinabi ko, as in all. Up to now, hindi pa rin namin maintindihan. And I'd like sana to ask him. Sana po you can also ask him. No, Tito Sen, ano po talaga yung punot dulo nito? What was it that you wanted us to do? Because we didn't get it eh. Gusto niyo ba nawala kami? Did you just want tuloy-tuloy pa rin? Because after all the interviews, hindi pa rin clear why you guys left. Why iiwanan nyo yung something that you've had for 44 years? For what? Nainsulto ba kayo sa amin? Wala naman kaming nasabi siguro.
Meron silang isang nasabi na, siguro, this is what I got. Pag sinabi nyo, hindi namin kayo tatanggalin. Ang dating, parang may power sila sa tanggalin.
Let me, wait. Ako naman. I never said that. If you go back to the interview, it was asked to me. So ano naman sasagutin ko?
What kind of response?
How do I answer that type of question? Diba? Obviously, it's either yes or no. So syempre ako, kasi ang sinabi ni Tito Boy during that time was, i-retain nyo ba ang sila TVJ or something? the only answer to that is, yes po. Yes po. So obviously, it's not like I blurted it out and said na, i-retain namin siya. Sino naman ako to say that? No, so I understand in a way where he's coming from, out of respect. Pero I don't think he took it out of context. I think he read it wrong. When someone asks me that question, obviously I'm gonna have to answer, and he somehow twisted it in to make it look like na ganun kami kayabang, re-retain namin. Of course not. That's why we are even negotiating eh. So I want to go back and forth and even ask him, ano po ba talaga yung punot dulo, and what was it that you wanted us to do to maybe have possibly could have
continue.
changed their mind in leaving. Kasi like I said even a while ago, ang akin, it seemed like it was doomed from the very start.
I'm just looking at it from the outside.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because you represent change.
Yes.
That's it.
Actually, the whole negotiation boils down to this.
Change.
Security for them to last until 50th year. Sa kanila galing ito na, John, umabot tayo ng 50th anniversary. Kami mismo, on air, magre-retire sa Eat Bulaga. Not showbiz, sabi niya. Wala naman nag-retire. Wala namang retiring age ang showbiz. Ako, totoo po yan. Salamat po. Okay, pareho po tayo. Yun ang goal ko po ngayon as the new president, na at least to reach 50. At least, kasi hindi natin alam ang future natin. In showbiz naman, wala naman tayong kasiguraduhan eh.
So you actually spelled it out that you were also interested
For the
in
50th
keeping
anniversary.
the show going
Yeah.
with them
With them.
up to the 50th
Yes.
year.
But, I asked them, boss, pero mag-prepare naman po tayo. Maglagay naman tayo ng mga pagbabago. Ito na yung mga portion na sinasabi namin. Pati isang portion, sinabi nga niya sa ere. Yung kasambahay portion. Diba? Why? Kasi we want to target kasambahay. Who, sa oras natin, ng 12 to 2 and a half, 2:30, sino ba yung nasa
Nanonood.
bahay at nanonood? And gusto ng board, ni chairman, na bigyan sila ng pagkakataon na hindi ka habang buhay pwede kakataon. Kung may talent ka, ilabas mo, baka sakaling umangat ka, baka sakaling...
Just a very honest question. This has nothing to do with any political plans that you may have or anyone in your family may have.
Look,
Ako, regardless, I think, you know, if you talk about the kasambahay, it's a marginalized sector. In fact, we should be hyping it up even more. These are the sectors na what we call the minority na hindi talaga nabibigyan ng pansin.
Representation.
Whether or not we plan to push for a party list, is it so wrong to put up a segment solely concentrated on the kasambahay? We're also talking about OFWs. So these segments that we're talking about, following what the President just mentioned, it stopped at 50. You know, you were talking about 50-50. Ang amin naman, paano naman after 50? And 50 is what? A couple years from
6
now.
years from now.
Why does the show have to stop at 50? Because sinabi niya na, aabot kami ng 50, we'll retire at 50. But the company, paano naman kami? Paano naman yung mga nagtatrabaho? Paano naman yung anak ng mga workers natin dito,
But in
employees?
fairness to them, di naman nila sinasabi na gusto nilang mag-end ang EP sa 50th year.
Magre-retire lang
Magre-retire sila.
That's why sa negotiation, I asked them, tulungan niyo rin po kami maka-prepare din
Oo.
by introducing
New-
new artists,
New segments.
new portions, no? Kasi sabi ko, kawawa naman po yung mga empleyado natin na 5 years pa lang dito, 10 years pa lang. Then sabihin natin, after 6 years,
Tapos
wala
na.
lang TVJ, tapos na tayo. Eto, isa pa pala, kaya ako kinabahan na. Si Fuchi, 2 days or a day before the event, filed her early retirement. Na nung nag-uusap kami, ayaw pa niya mag-retire. So ikaw as president, what's happening? Kausap ko kayo eh. May mga portions pa tayo pinag-usapan eh. May negotiation tayo. Within us, may binigay sila, sige John, pahig kami dyan sa konting adjustment, sa ganito, sa mga allowance, tanggalin muna natin yan. Salary, walang tanggal. Okay, sige. Pero, August, balik mo na. Sabi ko, sige, 3 months, okay na yun. Siguro naman, makakuha na tayo ng tamang savings. Sabi ko, babalik ko, huwag ka mag-alala. No? Meron na kaming ganun na relationship. No? we're not friends. Hindi ko sasabihin friends kami kasi dali, baka mabash na naman ako. But as president, I talk to every employee naman eh. Not all the employee. Ha? I give them a chance to, they can talk to me because every day nandito ako, either sa office or nandito ako.
Actually, from what we see, you seem to know how to talk to people.
Okay.
I mean, mukhang you're very amiable. So, did you succeed?
Well, again, kasi if you ask me if you succeed, kailangan may grade, di ba? 1, 2, 3, may test. Ito na lang, out of 100%, 21% lang ang umalis. Now, I ask you, do you think I succeed or not? Sila pwede magsabi niyan.
Although the naysayers can say, kasi natatakot silang mawala ng trabaho. Yun ang parang common tao response. Could be.
Could be. Yung motivation ng 21%.
Yun, ano yung role niya ng Mr. P? Kasi yung changes na gusto niya mangyari, namagitan ba sa effort between you and the
Yes.
PNJs?
Yes.
So ano
Honestly.
nangyari?
Well, pareho kami in limbo. Yung una lumabas si Tito Sen, ang dami sinabi. Sabi, hindi ko nga, sabi Tito Ton, syempre kami, Tito Ton, lumabas Tito Sen, usap tayo. Ano? So, usap kami. Sabi, hindi ko na nga alam eh. Sabi, Tito, wala nang ibang gagawa nito kundi tayong dalawa. The present and the past. Ikaw man ang consultant natin. So, kusapin mo naman na ceasefire mo na. Hindi kami Remember,
which we did.
after
Ako,
nila
hindi na ako
magsalita, ang titindi ng sinabi nila. Ang titindi. Narinig niyo ba kami nagsalita? Narinig niyo ba ako ni once nagsalita? This is the first time. I did respect kung ano yung ginagawa namin negotiation. Because sayang yung negotiation, sayang yung target namin 50 years or beyond. Sayang, nanginayang ako na, alam mo, malaki respeto ko sa kanila, 44 years na parang pamilya ang turing namin sa kanila. Hindi ko na problema kung ang turing nila sa amin ay iba. Ang turing namin sa kanila is part ng family namin. 44 years is not a joke. Alam namin habang bata ko, ay, Tito Vicky and Joey, sa production namin yan, tito namin yan, bossing namin yan, idol namin yan. No? Yun ang tingin namin sa kanila. I don't know kung anong tingin nila sa amin. I think only them can tell you kung anong tingin nila sa amin. Pamilya ba? Kasama ba? Kasi syempre kami yung sa amin kinukuha yung panggastos. Sila yung ng show, nagpapaandar ng show. Di ba? Sa employees, there were some advances na medyo questionable. No? Dapat pa ibigay yung mga advances na ganitong kalalaki. Kasi it's a person, we might file cases against them.
What figures are we talking about? Are we reaching 500,000 or beyond?
Beyond.
15 million. Yung isa, pinakamaliit.
We're not talking about just one person.
I'm not talking about just one person. It's a multiple of person.
May sinasabi si Tito Sen na may mga napag-usapan pero binabago niyo. Halimbawa, ang huling sinabi niya, nung una, 10% across the board, ibababa ang mga sweldo. Sige, we agreed. Sabi niya, yung iba ngayon, 70% ang kinaltas, yung iba 30%. I don't understand the context of it.
Actually, kasama yun sa usapan ng 10%. Pero through the negotiation, nag-propose si Vic Soto na wag naman yung maliliit, John. Kawawa naman sila. So when we computed, the company computed na I agreed. Sabi ko, tama naman. Wag naman sila dapat madamay. No? Kung gusto natin maging physically fit or ma-maximize natin ang fiscal year natin, no? Which every company does anyways, no? We need to do some fiscal change, no? Through the management. Kasi kakapasok lang namin eh. No? Remember na kakapasok lang po namin yung past administration po, 44 years. So, to make it more effective, fiscally effective, we have to make some change. So that, again, the continuity again, na tumagal pa yung show.
So how do you address his specific complaint?
Actually, we did not implement the 10% at all. What we did, kasi salary, mahirap pag-usapan ng salary kasi may labor. So, rather than give them, magreklamo sa labor, wag na lang. Kasi ang kapalit sana nun, bibigyan namin sila ng separation pay, pero you'll be hard pa rin. Unahin lang namin. Para separation pay, parang ganun pa rin makukuha mo. No? But we did not continue because of kasama sa negotiation nila. No? Sana wag na nating idama yung maliliit. When we computed, yung mga malalaki at saka maliliit, sabi ko, konti rin lang naman. Ano na to? Isugal na lang natin. No? Pagtrabaho na lang natin sa sales. Baka there's another, pwede pa tayo area kung saan tayo makakakuha ng savings. Trabaho na lang, in short. Trabaho na lang ako. Ang totoong nangyari is may mga additional benefits ng ibang tao. Not all, alam naman natin yan. Yun, sabi ko sa kanila, isuspend ko muna. Ibabalik ko sa inyo pag okay na tayo. Kung baga clear na to, babalik ko na. Kasi ang salary, di ba, protected by law. Yung additional benefits, hindi naman yan. Depende yan sa company.
Can you just give an example of 1 or 2 additional benefits?
Like allowances.
Allowance.
No? Allowances. No? Additional allowances. Sabi ko, can we just, even my sisters na may allowances na nagtatrabaho dito, sinabi ko, wag, lahat pantay. So yung allowances, ang sinabi ko, temporarily suspended.
Is this a food allowance, a clothing allowance?
Lahat po yan. Mayroong rice, clothing, food.
So you were cutting that off?
Yes, suspended, not cutting, suspended. And then dahan-dahan kung ano yung importante, ibabalik natin. Yun lang ang na-implement. Yun lang. Now, kung hindi nila dapat nagustuhan yun, dapat I was reaching out sa kanila rin after na implementation. Sabi ko, game na tayo. Okay na ba sa'yo? Okay na daw. Anything else? Nung implement na namin, I was trying to reach out sa kanila para makipag-usap. Dapat, ang Tito Tony went to Japan kasi birthday ni Tita. 75th birthday. Sabi Tito Tony, I'll be there on June 4. June 10, mag-usap tayo. Nakaset up kay Tito Sen. Sabi ko, alright. So they can air kung ano yung in-implement ko namin. Sana doon nila sinabi na, John, nakala ko ganito. Bakit naging ganito? So either I can adjust it, no? There's room naman and open naman kami. Alam naman nila yon na palagi akong open makipag-usap.
So I think part of the negotiations also, not only were we gonna cut, it didn't stop there. We were also gonna give profit sharing across the board. So from the janitor all the way to the meron matatanggap. That was part of the negotiations
Yes,
as well.
that part of the offer.
Part of the offer.
Pero they
which
don't want that.
They didn't like it.
Ayaw ko na lang daw.
Talagang kinulose nila.
Why do you think?
We
There's
don't know.
I don't know.
We
You
don't
have to ask them na lang that
don't
question.
know.
Kasi, why?
Kasi kiniklaim nila na, sinasabi daw nyo kasi nalugi yung kumpanya. Pero yung dinideclare niya sa BIR is, kumaga hindi siya hindi nalulugi. So,
Actually, they asked me during the negotiation yan. I told them, hindi lugi po. Hindi balance ang fiscal year natin. Kasi po alam po natin, ang mga advertiser will pay 2 to 3 months after airing. Diba?
60 to 90 days.
Alam rin po natin na ang pagbayad naman po sa network is hindi naman po itong buwan na to, meron din yan. So, ando po, financially stable po ang Bulaga, ang tape. Financially stable. Ang hindi po stable, medyo natatakot kami, ang expenditure.
Yun po yung punot dulo.
Medyo meron kami nakita doon kasi I was the chairman before I became the president. So, reports ang pupunta sa akin, monthly and annually. So, may nakita na kami discrepancy. Bakit ganito? Pera, to.
Can you be more specific?
It's in the auditors, kasi nagpa-audit na po kami. So, at specify ang is I cannot just reveal kung ano yung specific, but marami pong expenditure talaga na
Like
medyo
you're
malaki.
saying, there are expenses that are not necessary.
Yes.
Ma'am, let's just say, we mentioned a while ago, allowances. Parang ganun po.
Lumalaki na yung
Lumalaki,
allowances.
nagbaballoon. But that's also understandable given that we're the only show na umabot ng 44 years. So, syempre, magtataas talaga by increments yung mga yan. But it has to stop somewhere. Kasi how can we keep a certain amount that we're earning, yet our expenses balloons because of the years that so it became a curse and a blessing at the same time. How do we sustain these personalities given the long periods of time that they have been with us, or we have been working together, na hindi naman tumataas or by increments yung yung pag-akyat ng
When you
allowances.
say that the board meets,
Yes po.
who are you referring to? I mean, in the last so many years, who were the board
Tony
members?
Tobiera, myself, Bullet, Soraya,
Secretary.
5 yun. Dad. Ako, 3 years lang ako na part of it. Past 3 years lang ako.
Ako,
Tagal kayo eh.
tagal.
Bago
Siguro
lang
mga
ako yung
5 years.
So,
5 or 6
dito
years.
sa mga meeting na to, can you give us a sense of the problem that you present and then how do you resolve it? What are the issues that
Well,
often come up?
The biggest problem is before we were never actively participating. So what we say is we never really had an active board, which means we don't meddle with anything by paper. Kami lang, papasign lang. But this time around, since we found some, not maybe we can't say discrepancies, pero maybe we found some expenses na baka kailangan
no, we have questions.
pag-aralan.
Pag-aralan.
Oo. And we can't keep going on kasi syempre, as a business, as a corporation, if we keep going with this expense and this amount coming in, baka hindi kami umabot ng 1 year.
If I may be frank, when you talk about unnecessary expenses, essentially the one who runs it on a day-to-day basis, production,
Yes.
expenses,
Yeah.
like that, would be Mr. T. So how does that hold?
Oh, let me explain again. Mr. T, the president, the production, no, last na nag-handle ng production was Jenny. Before that was Tita Malu Fagart. No? So, I'll just giving the timeline. No? So, they will ask the finance team. No? Finance team. Diretso na yan. Eh. Kasi Tito Tony naman magaling sa production eh. Magaling talaga si Tito Tony. Production guy talaga siya. Talaga, hindi magso-survive ang Itbulaga kung wala dun sa production capability ni Tito Tony. Yun lang, no? Hindi lang doon, pati yung sa, natin, no? Employees, yun ang sinasabi kanina ni Bullet, sa employees, there were some advances na medyo questionable. No? Dapat pa ibigay yung mga advances na ganitong kalalaki. This is, hindi ko pwede sabihin kasi it's a person. We might file cases against them. So I cannot divulge these people.
Just a second.
Multiple of person.
We may not name the persons, but what figures are we talking about? Are we reaching 500,000 or beyond?
Millions.
Yan.
15 million. Yung isa. Pinakamaliit. As I recall, isang beses lang kinuha yung 15 million.
One go.
You mean, ang nangyayari, pag may ganyang outlay, hindi na naibabalik, hindi na nasisingil?
Sina-charge nila sa advance retirement. Doon kami pumasok. Ba't ang dami na nito?
Tapos hindi po nagre-retire.
Hindi pa sa retirement.
So, that's when we started questioning these numbers. Or why would you advance your retirement, yet you wouldn't retire, yet ang laki ng amounts eh. It's unheard of eh.
Kailangan namin come in and to correct it. Di naman namin
And
sasabihin.
we're not talking about just one person.
I'm not talking about just one person. It's a multiple of person. Well, it goes to the system.
Yeah, but and how many signatures do you
The
have?
president, yeah, the president. But I haven't seen the approval of the president. To be honest, also the voucher lang nakikita namin. That's why sabi ko nga, di ba, we contracted an external auditor to look into it. Now, the report of the external auditor will finalize, I think, this month. So, we can better answer.
Yung isa sa kinagalit ni Tito Sen, yung sinabi niyong walang utang yung kampanya tapos nababayaran yung mga host. Siya ang nag-reveal na hindi bayad si Vic at si Joey.
Marami rin utang to the host.
Well, okay. First of all, like I said, we just moved. No, there was a transition period, and every transition, to start of the year, nagpa-audit kami. And when you do the audits, syempre you cannot just all of a sudden pag may sumingil, babayaran kita, di ba? We don't know. As the board, like I said, we were an active board. We had to study these claims. We had to check kung talagang totoo to. And as far as I was concerned, back then, wala po akong naririnig na ganun kasi hindi pa po tapos yung audit namin eh. Until he reacted. When he reacted, minadali namin to double check if we really had owed them a certain amount, which lumabas nga po meron. Right away, we cleared it. Right away, we tried to pay them back kung ano man yung utang. And that's the reason why we were here in the first place.
Actually, it's part of the negotiation sa side nila na, alam mo ba John, na may utang pa sa amin. Sabi ko, ha? Sabi ko, magkano po? Hindi ko alam, mga 30 plus daw eh. Sabi ko, sige, I look into it. Sabi ko, don't worry po, ginagawa natin effective yung fiscal year natin para yung mga lapses na yan, makakorek ko at mabayaran. To the point na kailangan kong mangutang sa chairman kasi yung namin, syempre hinihintay ko pa yung mga papasok na, alam naman mo sa industriya natin, 9 months, yung portion, di mo pa alam, no? Kailan papasok, may PBB nga, pero na din, commitment natin sa network, no? So, in short, part of negotiation doon sa, minadali ko pa nga eh, ang usapan namin 1 year, dadandahanin ko 1 year, at hindi na mahuhuli ang talent fee nila. Never naman nahuli na pag-upo namin eh. Kasi I make sure na mauna sila bago kami.
In all this, wasn't it easy enough to ask Mr. T, who should know the numbers, whether they owed 30 plus million? It's not an easy number to forget.
Well, yes, but since I'm the president at that time, no.
But he was the immediate past.
Yeah, but he can always say, check mo na lang sa finance. So, I did check na lang sa finance. Hindi naman niya alam yung total agad eh. Diba? Tsaka anong taon, saan kinuha. No? Kasi I think most of the backlog of payment was on their allowances. Yung bonuses ba? Yung pagmimigay ka, maganda ratings, may dagdag. No?
Hindi salary.
Sinong in charge?
Talent fee ang tawag namin eh. Meron konting talent fee. Yung mga 3 months, 4 months.
Sir, yung time na yun na nagkaroon kayo ng malaking utang sa mga host, sinong in charge?
Wala pa kami. Sila
Wala
pa yun.
pa, wala pa kami.
Sila pa yun. That's their
That's the
management.
reason I asked.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's
It
really,
was their management na isa yun sa rason. Kaya, but not the main reason. The main reason talaga is continuity because of aging na ang management namin.
Or are you being polite when you say that?
What? No, it's the truth. It's the truth. Takot na yung daddy ko. Kung may mangyari sa akin, John. Paano na ang Eat Bulaga? Paano na ang tape? So, ayusin ko na kayo habang Tito Tony mo, medyo tumatanda na rin. Hindi na bumabata.
Parang he wanted you placed.
Yes.
early already.
yes.
Yeah. It's not the reason na meron kaming diabolical reason na sabi nila, for 44 years, walang HR ang tape. Walang HR. So, hindi mo alam kung saan ka pwede mag-apply for promotion or increase of salary. Hindi mo alam saan ka magpa-file para maging permanent ka. So, I told them, yes, we will create HR. Before this incident, I hired, kasi sabi ko, pangit naman na tayo gumawa internal. We hired external para fair. Fair sa kumpanya, fair sa employee. Some. Bakit? Kung sabi, yes, probably some, or more or less. Because hindi totoo naman na wala, 100% na wala. Only less than 25% na wala. Or 1/4. 21 lang percent ang nawala. So, balik ako doon sa HR. Kaya namin create yung HR. Kasi nakita mo, what? 44 years walang HR? Yung iba dito tinatanong, permanent pa po ako? Or, merong nagtanong, 10 years, hindi niya alam kung permanent ano siya. Sabi ko, my God! Pasalamat kami. Sabi ko, no. Let's correct. Yun yung sasabi ko, kasi siyempre, nung unang panahon, nung ginawa yung tape to produce Eat Bulaga, it's a family thing lang. Konti-konti lang eh. So, natural, di na kailangan siguro HR. Habang lumalaki, parang yun yung nakalimutan lang gawin. Yun lang, a little correction. Kaya nga, tinanong niyo ako na, how did Tito Tony handle it? Sabi ko, siguro success. Kasi success siya. Now, kami, ginagawa namin, ano yung nakalimutan lang? Yan lang. Ito, laps dito. Sige, i-correct natin. Ito. Pero, andyan pa rin lahat sila. Wala kaming tatanggalin. Plano namin nung una, aminin ko, meron. Kasi siyempre, mag-ano kami. But never sila. Hindi namin plano tanggalin sila. Adjustment na lang sa araw para bumaba ang production cost. Yeah. Because of I explained to them, kasi kailangan natin. So, hindi na kailangan dyan.
And not only, it's not only a production costing, no? Yung 3 times a week, we also wanted to, grabe naman, ito sila, syempre, Wally, Jose, and all, give them a chance to shine. Diba? So, that's the only way we could, 2 birds with 1 stone, diba? If we cut them to 3 times, baka naman pwedeng mag-shine naman tong mga nasa likod lang all the time, or nasa field, or something. Diba? So, we could have fixed two problems in one, which I don't think they took that well, no? So, ang problema, we had no other option. Kaya nga, I keep asking if that was the problem, ibabalik na naman sa amin yung problema. No, hindi sila papayag. Itatapon namin sa finance. Hindi namin kaya. Because of the production costs, because of the expenses. So, either way, we're gonna end by a year. So, it was a corporate decision to really make some adjustments. When we say adjustments, hindi naman sinasabi na nalulugi kami. Adjustments in a sense wherein pwede tayo, we can start regulating some unnecessary expenses.
Makabigay pa kami ng mga portions sa mga tao, mga prices, bigger prices.
Yung mga employees, we could have given them
additional
some profit sharing.
Yeah.
Diba? Isn't that? Kasi we came from a business family. Sa mga business namin sa dad namin, we always had
profit
a certain
sharing.
time, nagko-profit share kami.
Sa mga employees.
Sa mga empleyado, all the way down to the street sweeper.
Yes.
Well, they didn't give us a chance.
Enough time or chance.
Alam niyo po, ang problema lang, kaya medyo nagulong kami na, for 44 years, kayo naman yung naggumalaw kayo naman lahat Never kami sumausaw. We didn't even try to attempt because it was clear na it was very hard to come in. Ano ba naman na ibigay kami ng 2 years na lang ng kontrata namin sa GMA? Why don't you give us a chance? Give us a chance to see if we can, try to inflict some sort of change. Work together.
Improve
or if
the system and the show.
Or something were to happen to our chairman or to the Tony, at least may sasalo. It's the continuity of the show.
Yes.
Diba? So at least by then, ma-absorb yung mga nangyayari. Because as of now, if something were to happen, which now, paano yun? Hindi na kami ni-recognize ni security guard, hindi ako kilala
Yes.
Did you feel it?
Yes, I felt it. Because I'm the one who faced them every time negotiation. I can feel the anger, and I was trying to tell them, give me a chance. I asked them, please give me a chance. Kahit 1 taon lang po, hanggang December lang po.
And we felt this not just now. We've been part of the show since I was born. Since of course my brother
started,
also.
yes.
Since it started, but every time the family would come here, we were never given the we were never treated like we were even family or we were even part of the producer or talagang wala.
I think it's to cut. I think it's the system that it was established at the beginning.
Way back.
No. The system for everyone is the company, the chairman and the board produces together with the partner, Tony Tobiera, Tito Tony Tobiera. Tito Tony Tobiera, since he is the president, in charge in production and talking to the talents, especially TVJ. Then TVJ will talk to Tito Tony and Tito Tony will talk to... That's the natural flow of any corporation. The president will talk to its people and then he will answer to the chairman, to the board. Any portion, any question and chairman, he can call the president and ask him to explain or to change. Mm-hmm. The talents doesn't need to face the chairman. It is the board. If we have a problem before, if the company has a problem, like hindi naman po lahat ng panahon, na rating kami at ang sales ay mataas. Burden na po yun ng board na paluwalan. No? Kasi yung mga staff natin, kailangan po may pamilya, kailangan rin po mabuhay. No? Nung mataas na at kumikita na, walang problema. Ang problema daw pag bumaksak. In the time ng Bulaga, 3 beses nangyayari yun. Sila pa rin, nung umpisa pa lang, sinabi nila na halos walang kita. Pero ang tanong noon, sino nag-umpisa? Somebody has to start it financially. And that's my dad. That's the chairman. No. They acknowledge it naman. No. But now, when I felt that they did not want to recognize that we are part because we are only the financer. Medyo masakit, pero I understand 44 years di ba?
Talk about that.
Oh, it's your feelings.
Okay, well, yeah.
It's-
Okay, ever since naman every time we came in,
Christmas
we-
party, sige.
Christmas parties, in fact, some of the
Anniversaries.
guards, hindi kami kilala. Hindi kami pinapakilala. There's even times where we'd come in and we weren't ever invited inside the room. We didn't want any special treatment, pero nakakalungkot lang knowing na, we're also part of everything, no? That's the reason why si Chairman, my dad, with everything that's happening now, parang he also got hurt. Got hurt in a sense na yung mga pinagsasabi ni Tito Sen na sila lang gumawa and it's them. Hindi po, I think that's a little bit unfair. Like in my past interviews, sinabi ko naman that it's a collective effort of many. It's not just out of 3. It's not just the host. In fact, the role that my dad plays, going back to sinasabi rin some of the interviews that I've seen Tito Sen talk about, saying that walang say si chairman, he doesn't do anything, wala talaga. That's not true. That's not true po. Because even if you ask them, there's at least around 3-year gap na bagsak talaga yung sales ng tape. Bagsak. That was one of the lowest times. Before, definitely before. So we were really low. In fact, they asked my dad, as the producer, kami ng mga board, to shell out. So sumuka talaga kami ng malaki just to ensure that the show goes on. And malapit na nga siya mag-give up . In fact, we even gave an ultimatum na pag umabot na to ng 4th year, usap na tayo let's call it quits we've done everything we could. Ang kagandahan yan, nag-click. Some show came up, medyo tumaas-taas na. Pero that's what I'm saying. The sacrifices was also given in our part . So, ang daming pong sacrifices na baka hindi nila alam because they think everything is okay. Just like he was mentioning in his interviews na puro, nasa production lang daw sila. Production lang sila. And
kami
that's why,
sa finance.
Oo, kami sa finance, kami sa business side. That's why also, I'd like to ask kung bakit sa mga interviews, bakit pati finance binabanggit niya? How would he know about the finances when he just repeatedly saying na production side sa kanila po? So he wouldn't also know kung anong nilabas ni chairman, ng board, that we had to make a corporate decision to shell money out, not just for the talents, but most importantly for the 300 employees that we have. Yung mga simpleng cameraman, yung mga lineman, yung mga writers, our directors, sino pong nagsisweldo sa kanila? So syempre, during that time na bagsak, the producer or the financer, as they say, had to again reinvest, another capital. So naglabas na naman ng capital to ensure na mabuhay yung show. And that's why I think may konting swerte pa rin ang Bulaga because top of that, medyo may mga nagkiklik na mga shows. That's why we're still up to this point. Going back to this wasn't the first time where we tried to insert the family kami, to try to be part of the business. In fact, alam po din nila yon before the pandemic, naglabas na ng letter, nagsabi na si Dad na ganito, na kami na po yung papasok as active board. Pero ang hirap eh. We really had a lot of resistance eh. So, until umabot na ng after the pandemic, and then my dad realized na talagang we're gonna have to do this hard. Kasi if not, there's no way to bring you guys in. Kasi hindi nga kami pinapapasok.
There were really resistance.
Hindi kami, we weren't heard. No one respected us, no one, so umabot na ng point na ganun. So we really, I think my dad already saw na there's only one way that I'm gonna have to put my fist down and say na, you know what, I will retire. So si dad retired, and si Tito Tony, as they discussed, mag-retire na rin.
Well, because of the system.
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning, the artist, the production, Tito Tony, then Tito Tony to the chairman. They were given creative freedom. I think it was too much.
Yeah.
Nasobrahan yung na walang connection yung artista sa chairman. Because sabi niya nga, bakit pa? Ang bait naman Tito Tony at kayang-kaya niya na. How do you question a 44-year success? Although may years sa pababa, pero umangat pa rin. So papasok lang kami, si Daddy, doon sa pababa, kulang lang pera, sige, subukan natin to. Ito po, to answer that, na yung takot na gusto ko kami ni Chairman tanggalin, no? Sinagot kayo, hindi po. Gusto niyo po, pumirma tayo ng kontrata, kayo ilang taon gusto niyo eh. Kasi if you're afraid, no, na tatanggalin ka, ang sagot ko po sa negotiation, you want it to be put in contract kung ilang taon po kayo. I told them, kahit isang taon lang, hanggang December lang po, they don't want to sign any contract. If you are afraid, at pinagbibintangan mo diabolically, tatanggalin kayo, isa lang sagot doon, hingi tayo ng kontrata. Which I offered. Nako, 44 years na kami. Our word is our bond. For 44 years, we existed without signing a piece of paper. Why start now? Ako naman, kasi it protects both of us. I told them that. It could protect you and us. Lahat ng negotiation natin dito can be put in a paper. That will protect you and protect also the company.
Well, the kindest thing one can think of is that they're old school.
Yes.
They want it that way.
In a short, if you put it that way, yes. Because 44 years, it's really old. Yung system na yon, it worked talaga nung panahon na yon. Work. Kaso nagbabago rin pa ang panahon eh.
What did you anticipate would go wrong if you did not insist on committing them to something, to paper or to... What could go wrong?
I did not insist. I offered lang. When they say, wag na. Sabi ko, kayo po, sige po. Because I want to take away the fear na tatanggalin sila. There's no word to tell them, to tell a person na hindi kita tatanggalin, hindi kita ipa-fire out.
Wala ko talaga.
Kung hindi kita bibigyan ng papel na pipirmahan mo. At nakalagay doon.
So it seems that there was no trust.
I think they were questioning the change our motive. Because during the negotiation, palagi lumalabas siya, ano ba motibo nyo? No? Hindi ako niniwala. Hindi lugi ang, kasi lalabas naman sa mga interviews niya. Hindi lugi ang ito. Kaya hindi ko naman sinabi po lugi. Hindi lang balance. Baka abutin tayo na malugi na. Yeah, we sit down with kasambahay. Meron siyang proposal sa akin. No? Alam niya yun, binigyan pa niya ako ng proposal. No? Then we're working for another segment. We're actually working for 4 to 5 segments.
So you were open to her ideas?
Yes. Sabi ko nga, akong bahala sa'yo, Jen. I don't know about negative issues, but I know you.
Anong sabi niya?
Oo. Ko bahala. No?
So
With Pucci also. Sabi ko, retirable ka na, Puch. No?
But she did not look like she was conflicted between your camp and the PBJ camp?
She is, siyempre. Alam ko naman malapit siya doon kasi she's the one handling everybody na eh. No, but ako naman, I was trying na, di ba, may negotiation na galing kay TV. I was trying na yung mga taong malapit din sa TVJ, welcome ko na rin, tingnan ko, ko na lang. I work with them na. Para let's try to target na 50th year.
Did any one of these people welcome you? Because you tried, right?
I-
Did you succeed?
No, here's when we started, walang mag-morning sa akin pag nagpunta ako dito. Wala, not even look at me. Then I called up, I put up a memo, everybody, nag-usap kami. Simple lang. The plan and who I am and what kind of nasa inyo na yan, sabi ko. In fact, I told them to call me kuya. Kasi confusion, congressman ba, press ba, dyan. Mas no, call me kuya. Mas sanay akong kuya tawag sa. Kasi I'm the eldest son ng family namin. Lahat sila kuya tawag sa
Kahit
akin.
mukha siyang tito. Kuya siya.
So kuya, sabi ko, tawagin nila akong kuya. No? Dahil dahan-dahan kasi you have to work your trust. Trust is not given. You have to earn it. I know that. I used to be a common employee. No? So, I work na. Ito. Sige, usap tayo. Ito, lunch. Ito yung bigas. Tatanggalin. Hindi, balik na lang natin. I listened ba?
So,
Before. Di ka
makapasok.
Christmas party pumunta ako dito.
Itatawag ka pa.
Pinaalis yung kotse ko. Sa labas daw ako mag-parking. I was the chairman of the board.
Bakit hindi po kayo nakilala?
Ito, at
Pangalawang Christmas party ko na po. Simula na naging chair. At saka po nagtrabaho po ako dito.
mas kilala siya. Matagal siya nagtrabaho dito.
Nagtrabaho po ako dito. Not this, nasa pa kami, Broadway. So dito, nung chairman ako, pupunta ako Christmas party. No? Kasi may mga prizes eh. Sayang din.
Hindi ba kayo pinapakilala?
Yung nga masakit, Christmas
Hindi.
party, hindi kami pinapakilala eh.
Hindi.
Did you take it up to Mr. T?
No na.
No, we didn't need to.
Tiniisa lang namin.
Alam mo, go, you know,
Hindi lang na kasi, siyempre, baka kasi hindi kayo kilala. Siguro, role ni Mr. T na maging malapit din yung halos sa host and the production. Wala bang effort na gano'n?
Ako ay, basta ang alam ko lang, Christmas party, hindi ako pinakilala. Yan lang. Last Christmas party, wala siya.
Pero
Kasakit
mananalo
siya eh.
naman tayo. Which I will do.
Basta
we will
manalo lang,
win.
okay na ako.
Pag nanalo, okay.
Kasi,
Itatawag na
nung
lang.
nagtatrabaho
Nananalo kami ng
dito,
prize
lahat
eh. Mga
mananalo
microwave.
ng isang item eh.
Nakakatawa eh.
Oo, pero sa major, hindi na kami kasama sa pera-pera.
Did you
No?
win?
Microwave.
Ako rin,
nakakatawa,
microwave.
microwave. You know, kaya medyo kawawa yung kapatid namin eh, our younger sister Soraya. When she came in here, hindi po siya binigyan ng ID. Tapos even sa lunchtime, kasi nagsusumbong sa akin yun. Sabi, Kuya, umiyak yan, umaalis kasi hindi pinapakain with the talents or anyone.
Last question.
She'd eat with the security, with everyone, the employees. She wasn't allowed to eat with.
Sino po ang supervisor niya?
Pa?
Sino po ang supervisor niya?
Ang hirap
Jenny
po kasi
Ferrer.
si Jenny eh. Oh. Tsaka back then, hindi siya nilalakan siya ng pinto, hindi siya pwede pumasok.
So this treatment came from
Jenny. So ang hirap. And then when she came in, and it was the order of Dad for her to already start day one, binigyan po siya ng table sa labas ng katabi ng copy machine. Tapos binigyan siya ng monoblock, tapos sabi niya, ito opisina mo. And ito, totoo yan, because nagsumbong siya sa akin, nagsumbong din ako kay Dad.
Presidente na ako. I was never invited to eat inside. Andiyan lang ako kumakain doon sa small room. In fairness kay Tito, when I asked him about it, sinabi niya na, I know about it, we talked about it, but I did not agree to put my name on it. Eto, I asked him, did you sign anything? Sabi niya, wala naman dyan. Yeah. Kasi mas gusto ko makipag-usap sa kanya sa labas para walang pressure din. Naawa din ako kasi siyempre nasa gitna nga siya. Tapos siyempre hindi naman ganun kabata si Tito Tony, marami na rin nararamdaman. Ako naawa, I mean I have to understand also na dadamay ko palagi lahat si Tito Tony dito. I mean, di ba?
So sir, yung Itbulaga sa tape pa rin.
Yes.
How about the team song?
Alam mo, lahat yan, Itbulaga. No? Lahat yan, bakit? Tape, eto na lang, forever sila nag-produce ng Itbulaga. Tape. Lahat ng kontrata from Channel 2, 9, and 7, tape pa rin. Now,
well, they were making a distinction. And when Itbulaga began in 79, after the TVJ created the name, tape did not exist as yet. It was production special.
Who own production
Yes, that's
specialists?
right. But you dissolved the company.
Yes.
They're just talking legal. They're saying that when you finally came about in 81, the name Bulaga already existed.
So, sabihin na natin, kasi iba, who owned, so sinasabi mo, yung specialist ang may nag-umpisa. Who owns specialist? Who produced specialist? It's the same person.
Yeah, but corporate-wise, legally, that company was dissolved, so it no longer existed. Their argument is that when tape came in 81, the name already existed.
Okay.
So tape cannot
Hindi.
possibly
Oh.
own it.
Oh, well, bros, eto na. Sa amin, they can always tell about legality. But we all know, pagdating sa legal, only the court can. Basta kami, we will fight for our rights.
Sa amin naman, I think it's common sense, no? I think you don't need to be a lawyer to understand this. You know, they were being employed, so may talent fee and everything. You know, in every company, whether it's creatives that you have come up with during the time of employment or the time you were getting paid for that, automatically, sa kumpanya yan. Ganito, to keep it
Give you an example. I was making a shoe, and I was being paid to make the shoe.
I cannot just say that since I made it, akin yan. I own the rights to it. Obviously, the shoe wouldn't have been made if the factory or the company wasn't there in the first place. Going back to what you were saying, yes, I don't know.
They're claiming within a certain period of time.
But kung wala yung tape, paano magte-take off yung Bulaga? Whatever claim it may be, it wouldn't have taken off if tape wasn't there to produce it. So, we produced a show na kung saan nagkontrata ang mga networks. So, within that period, from 44 years, anything creatively done within that period while you were being employed is the ownership of the company. So, talking about even the IPO, we can show records na nasa amin po yung IPO.
Yes.
Yes, ito.
We have a list. We have the actual paper.
Ito, hindi po to Xerox. Original po ito. Ito po yung renewal. And then, I'd like to make a distinction, no? We heard in the news na sila, they applied. Which means if you apply,
Kami nagre-renew.
bago yun. Kami, nagre-renew na kami. Which means, we started with it and we're up to renewal, which we just filed for renewal. And
So I think IPO will have to hear us out.
let's go back to the intent. The intention of, kailan po sila nag-apply? 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Ba't nyo po gagawin yun?
Bakit hindi yung 1981 sabi
Oh,
nila?
bakit hindi yun? Iba yung sinasabi on air, iba yung nakita mo on paper. Kasi kung totoo man yun, di dapat lumabas sa papel noong 1981 or 1979. Ang problema dito, we're only talking about a span of 3 months from where we came in. So halatang there was some sort of intent na talagang either they wanted to take it away from us or you wanted to apply para hindi na namin makuha. I wouldn't know. But the records state, and even the contracts of GMA7, nasa amin. And GMA7 has been constantly assuring us that they're holding our contracts. So, we still have, as of now, we still have almost around 2 years until
So
next.
eto lang, simple, legal stand namin, we have the papers to prove we own Bulaga. For 44 years.
And any creative...
Dapat sila na nag-claim noon pa. Why now?
And any creative idea within that span of period. Kailangan, that's the company owned. Since we have been paying...
That's their job to create that idea.
Correct.
They telling me na si Jenny daw, di ba siya, wala ba siyang sweldo? Di ba it's part of his job? To create that, like, eto na lang, Showtime. Ilang taon na Showtime. So pwede na i-claim ni Vice Ganda na sa kanya yon. Simple, di ba? Let's be simple. Huwag na natin pahirapan pa. Yung mga writers ng isang show, pwede ba niya i-claim nila na sa kanila na yon? while they're being paid salaries, allowances, overtime. I don't know kung may overtime. Baka mabash na naman ako. Walang overtime na binayaran. But ang alam ko may salary. Yan, kasi I can prove it. While you're being paid to be creative, and then what you created is yours? Is that right? Why are they claiming na sa kanila? Wala nga silang proof na sa kanila. Ang ano lang nun is bayad namin sila.
Dapat clear
Dapat
kung,
sila yung dapat ang
clear
mag-secure ng
kung may sweat
contract.
equity ba sila sa kumpanya, na meron silang partnership with us. Wala eh. But since they were receiving these amounts, then obviously,
Pero
naintindihan
we don't
din
wanna
nila.
go down too much
Oo.
legal because again,
baka ano
siguro I'm anticipating meron talaga legal.
Meron
battle.
talaga yan. I'm
But
sure.
we are stating that
That's our stand.
that we have the right
Yeah.
for 44 years.
Yeah.
The logo, the name
The show.
is ang signatory is state.
Ito naman, any right mind or anyone who would be working would understand na kung nasabihan siya, it was promised how many years ago, umabot ng 44 years, ngayon mo pala nalaman or ngayon mo
Ngayon
pala
pala tinatanong?
kung you have some sort of share sa kumpanya.
I never heard it.
No, we never heard that. And
Never heard
besides, there are so many times where we had some negotiations, maybe some network wanted to negotiate with us. Very important to know who owns it. And
Like every
if
time na
they're-
magta-transfer kami ng ibang station,
Kaya nga po,
during that time, di mo tinalang, ta-transfer tayo, sa pangako mo sa akin. Basta shares, hindi na pwede si Tito Tony. Kailangan yung board na eh. Basta shares. Kasi siyempre, 25% lang mas Tito Tony. Unless, ibigay niya yung part ng 25 niya. Wala kaming kinalaman doon.
kaya nga hindi po sila kasama sa negotiations in any network. I'd want to disclose something, no. I was there personally. I heard it. I was part of the meeting. This happened way back. How many years ago? Maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago. During the time of MVP. Yun yung sumisikat na yung TV5. And back then, Tito Vic and Joey and some maybe talents of Bulaga was already nagsishow na rin sila doon. That was the parang prime yun ng TV5. Yung, I think when MVP bought Channel 5, we had a lunch. No, we had the lunch, and I was there, me and my dad, MVP, and there was negotiations on the table, and it was negotiated na nandito na yung mga ibang talents mo. Can we invite Bulaga to already move to Channel 5? So narinig namin yun. Siyempre, my dad was like, we were eating, having lunch. Tapos biglang sinabi niya, I'll offer you a certain amount. I cannot disclose. But it's a really good amount. In fact, unbelievable amount. Nagtingin na kami ni Dad. He looked at me and said, ito yung ano. Because we didn't actually go there for the negotiations. It was another thing that we talked about. Pero na-bring up yun eh. My dad goes, Boss, siguro naman you'll respect me more if I do this. Binalik niya po yung cheque. Or the ano. He brought it back and said na, alam niyo po, marunong kami tumingin ng utang na loob. At one point, we didn't have a house. Tinanggap po kami ng GMA7. We cannot turn our backs on any amount. No? So, I'm gonna have to decline this offer. So, thank you po. Thank you for, offering us this big amount, pero hindi po namin talaga magagawa yan. So, malaki po talagang utang na loob namin sa Channel 7, and that's why, up to now, we thank Channel 7, the network, the Gozon family, for maybe not sticking with us, but understanding the situations we're in.
Did GMA ever find out that you were made that offer?
No.
So
We didn't
now
have-
they know.
Now they know, but
Now we will know.
Now they will know.
yeah, it's fine. I don't think it's ano.
How many figures? Just how many figures?
Wag na lang.
Bro.
Wag na lang because
So
I can't I can't
Nine?
I can't si ma'am.
Si
Grabe.
Mama Tita.
Grabe po. Basta
As
a
the
really-
offer was there, no matter how
it's-
big or
yeah,
small
it's a
it is,
big
we
enough
did not
amount
accept it
for us
because
to,
of our
yeah.
loyalty na one time na wala kaming bahay, ang nagbigay
Yeah.
ng bahay sa hindi namin pwede layasan.
Yeah.
Ganon din naman ang feelings namin kay TVJ. Hindi naman namin pwede tanggalin ang mga kasama namin for 44 years. Due respect. Hanggang ngayon, kahit na umalis sila ng ganito, yes, saddened kami, but may respeto pa rin po ako sa kanila. I still treat them not as an enemy, as still as a family. At sana pag nakita-kita kami, na pwede nila isang tabi muna kung ano man legal ang away at maging tao lang
And-
kami. Well, actually, hindi namin iniisip or ipalitan
There's no such
si
thing.
TVJ. TVJ will always be TVJ.
Bulaga,
It's impossible to replace them. They're one of a million.
Oo.
No? One of a million sila. But what can we promise? No? Ano ang plano namin? Ipagpatuloy ang kultura magbigay ng 2.5 hours ng kasiyahan at premyo pag-asa sa mga taong bayan. Especially now, nagaling tayo sa pandemya, gera, lahat ng presyo mataas, walang mga trabaho. At least 2.5 hours, makalimutan mo man. Hindi namin balak na tapatan. In fact, kung mayroon silang kasabay, maganda po yan. Mas maraming show sa kasabay, mas maraming magbibigay ng kasiyahan, mas maraming magbibigay ng premyo pag-asa sa taong bayan, mas maganda. Definitely po.
Yeah.
We will be more focused sa fun, para at least sa 2.5 hours, binigyan tayo ng Diyos ng pagkakataon ngayon na mapasaya man lang ng 2.5 hours sa mga problemate nating mga kababayan. At paminsan-minsan may mga sektor tayo pagbibigyan ng pag-asa rin. Well, nasa IPO naman namin, no? Pinoy Henyo,
Kalye Serye, One for All.
One for all. One for all.
Kalye Serye.
No. Look, I don't wanna be too
Specific.
specific doon sa all kasi hindi pa tapos kami. Pero the idea is, itutuloy namin to mga portion with a little bit tweak. Kasi iba na po yung talents mo eh. Kailangan magbagay po yung portion at inaano mo
talent.
doon sa talents mo.
Sa segments.
Sa segments mo. No? So again, I don't wanna be really specific, but yes, you will see old portions namin, old portions, contest, and then you will see new contest. We will reveal that
Meron na.
meron na po. Again, 21% lang po nawala. 21% lang po nawala.
Mahirap.
Mahirap, no?
Mahirap.
Pressured.
And not only sa even yung
Walang
mga
tulugan.
even yung mga talents na tinatawagan
Kami lahat
namin.
dito, wala
takot.
tulugan.
Takot because we have to convince him that you're not trying to fill any shoe. 'Di ba? You have to understand it's the show. We don't want you to replace to be a Tito Vic and Joey kasi Tito Vic and Joey na yan eh.
Hindi na.
You're just here to ensure na makabigay kami ng saya sa mapagpatuloy namin yung duty namin as a show to entertain every Filipino at a certain time of the day. So, it's very hard. Up to now, we're still talking and we're very happy and we'd like to thank the talents na pumayag.
Trusting us. Pero ang ganda, ang sarap nung namin.
ang ganda.
Kahapon, araw-araw kami
I
kahit
think we're making history again.
Yeah. Ang saya nung set.
Yeah.
Yun ang usapan namin, crew, mga artists. Sabi ko, okay, lahat tayo pantay-pantay ha. Ayaw kong tawagin niya ako president. Kuya lang lahat. You know, alam mo, mahirap magtanim ng galit. Ayoko nagtatanim ng galit. No? Kung ang purpose nila is the same as ours, na gusto lang magbigay ng ligaya ng dalatan, stop with this drama and grabbing ownership. No? And let's work na lang.
And this struggle, this power struggle.
Sa akin, if makikipag-usap sila bilang tao rin po akong kakausap sa kanila. Let's talk about it. I'm open.
There was a power struggle.
You can call it that. You can call it that. Except we never had any power. So, so we
Puro
only had the
struggle lang
struggle.
kami.
Ngayon nararamdaman na namin na, ganito pala. Well, to the Dabarkads and the TVJ, like I said sa statement, very unfortunate that we had to witness this happen after 44 years. Sayang talaga yung relationship. We could have broken world records even further. No? Sana umabot na mas mahaba. It's unfortunate na may mga nadamay din na hindi lang po sila TVJ umalis, nagdala po sila ng mga tao. And sana naman makahanap sila ng mas magandang trabaho, sana tuloy-tuloy din ang trabaho nila kung saan man sila mapunta kasi alam naman natin gaano kahirap maghanap ng trabaho ngayon, lalo na sa larangan ng industriya natin. Just as well, sana naman po tigilan na natin yung away-away. Magtulungan na lang tayo and kung saan man kayo, at least we can also think the other side of the coin. Nanalo ang taong bayan. Why? If they put up their own show, which they will, narinig naman natin, I still don't know kung anong pangalan yon. At least mababalikan ng mga whoever wants to watch it, they can watch it on some other show. Ang kagandahan naman yan, on the other side of the coin also, they can go watch the Bulaga with newer talents, mas bagong segments, mas mga batang pakulo, a lot of social media influencers ang papasok. So we're trying to merge the two worlds na sana naman hindi mamatay lang na bigla-bigla ang mainstream TV and hindi madamay ang Itbulaga. So sa ating mga taong bayan naman na supporters ng Itbulaga, I hope you continue to please watch Itbulaga. Wala po kaming ibang layunin but to give you quality entertainment para sa inyo lahat. I'm sure and I hope you're just as excited as we are to showcase or to present the new talents, ang bagong host, and natutuwa rin kami na nakapagbigay kami ng oportunidad sa mga bagong talents and a new platform for a new chapter in the life of Itbulaga.
I've been sales, di ba? Unang trabaho ko is account executive. Definitely sa industriya naman, pag may uncertainty, talagang, but we all know, ratings naman ang titingnan ng advertising
So
agency.
you expect to bear the loss for how long?
Well, right now, we have at least losses right now, ha? Kasi nga sa uncertainty, hindi naman nag-upisa to nung pag-alis nila eh. Nag-started to mga 2 months ago, 3 months ago, April pa eh. Pero tumaas nung, I think, April and May. Bumagsak ng March, which natural sa advertising, ano naman yan. Alam natin yung may mga show dito. First quarter mababa talaga kasi planning stage yan eh. Then dahan-dahan mag-pick up yan hanggang. But I'm also working na umikot sa mga agency explaining. But gusto ko po na ilabas mo na natin yung content natin, yung show natin. No, whatever drama it is, whatever ano dyan, hayaan natin, legal means dyan yan. No? Total, galing ako sa sales, I know what I'm doing. Ako mismo po iikot. No? This time around, the president and CEO will be talking to the clients directly. Now, it will give me more opportunity to adjust, to create new portion that also will fit the client.
Also, yung client is also based on the viewers. The demographic of viewers right now, umiiba yan eh. Every 10 years right now, majority na yung mga millennials right now. So we also have to adapt to that type of change. So we're also expecting, we're not saying na 100% sure na babagsak to, 100% sure na we're prepared to lose advertisers because we don't know. Advertisers are also looking for the new viewers, no, yung bagong generation na nanonood na naman din. So baka naman we could be more in touch with them now with the new segments that we're going to be providing. We're all hopeful na gaganda and mapagpatuloy natin ang success ng Itbulaga.
So mas matipid ngayon.
May message na lang, sir.
May message pa ako. Okay na yun. Yung message na lang.